Sorry, Gold Saucer, we gotta move all this stuff out the way.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood, fearful of the Green Wrath. They hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
She speaks, and it's blasphemous. She's an angry person.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
Well, not as bad as the other two, but well, that's all I got. It's not as it definitely sticks to the serenity, peaceful type thing.
Fancy meeting you again.
No, for guts and glory, till sea swallows all. None of that stuff. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ix are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof to a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, they may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we'll find out if the Elder Seaseer's word fell on fertile ground. Sayaya, this is Menphilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final Remember service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Welcome back, Seiya. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Seiya. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray, give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Well, well, well. While I normally pick Ul'dah, and I've picked Limsa before, our current character happens to be a white mage, well, conjurer at the moment, from Gridania. So I think we'll keep to the theme. I take it the Elder Seedseer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? Hi! You have chosen wisely, my friend. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, you must report to the Adder's Nest. I dare say you know it well from your wanderings in New Gridania. Give your name to the personnel officer there, and he will guide you through the formalities. I have no doubt but that your deeds will bring great honor to our order. When next we meet in Gridania, I shall be proud to call you sister. You are come to Adder's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toil in the elemental's name for the good of our forest nation. My name is Seiya. I believe you are expecting me. I'm here to enlist, if you will have me. Does it really matter? We'll be humble. Ah, might you be Seiya? I thought as much. Our recruitment officer sent word that you would be coming. It is a pleasure and an honor both to welcome you to our ranks. Now, let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir! What is it? Report. An urgent message from Amarisu, I don't know. Spire, sir. A Highwind Skyways airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of 9 Ivies. 9 Ivies? Gods! This could not have come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield dealing with the XIV. Seiya, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, it will come down dangerously close to the Garlean-occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of 9 Ivies, locate the ship, and ascertain the status of the passengers. Will do, bro. Ooh. Adventurer, what are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. Can't be having us mages running like that. It's too much physical exertion. The Adder's Nest sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. I could have just outed you to everyone else. Come on, bro, let's be logical. They got uniforms. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You are an engineer of Garland Ironworks, are you not? We were alerted of your plight and have come to rescue you. And you are Seiya, I presume. I was told to expect an honorary serpent. My thanks for your aid, friend. I'd have slapped you with my cane, bro. Never put your fist up to me like that. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong to Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. No! Imperial scouts from Castrum Oriens. They mean to requisition the ship. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Throwback to FF7. The tiny Bronco? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? It is the first airship we built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Attend me all. The Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Garlean hands. We shall strike them, swift and sure, and rescue Engineer Wedge. Seiya, I trust we can rely on your support. Oh yeah, boy, you getting these magic, these rocks, and if I have to, I'll smack someone with the cane. May the matron watch over us. With me. Yeah, I'm stay back here. Don't worry about it. An ambush! To arms! Let's do this. Let's deal with these archers first. Oh, I can see that Black Mage. Black Mage didn't go first. Goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Good-ish. Good-ish. Biggs! Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So, how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. While you do your work, we shall keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may yet be lurking nearby. As for you, Seiya, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to the Adder's Nest and complete your enlistment. I pray there will be no further interruptions. When next we meet, let it be as fellow serpent of the order. I just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Ha ha ha. Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the twin Adder lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. For sure, bro. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Seiya, it does my spirit well to see you returned. Word arrived but moments ago from the team of 9 Ivies. Lest you worry, the 2 engineers are safely on their way. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the mission's success. Had you not found Engineer Biggs when you did and helped us to rout the Garleans, things might have been very different. And all this before you were even inducted into the order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder standard. But without further ado, let us see to your induction. 12 willing, there won't be any further interruptions. Man, where the mage stuff at, bro? I already got that ring. Weak. Protocol requires that I apprise you of who we are and what we do, after which I will invite you to swear an oath of your own free will. Ahem. Oh, look at them getting all fancy for me. The Order of the Twin Adder is the Grand Company of Gridania. It brings together the martial, economic, and technological resources of our nation, that we might stand strong in times of direst adversity, when our very survival hangs in the balance. Our order was formed in the days before the calamity, in readiness to fight the Garlean Empire, and to combat the beast tribes and their primals. Needless to say, our struggle continues to this day. Elder Seedseer Kane Senna is the supreme commander of our forces. Under her wise leadership, we protect the people of Gridania and the sanctity of the Twelveswood. As to the entwined serpent that grace our standard, let Forestborn strive as one with friends from afar to ensure that peace shall ever reign in Gridania. In so doing, we honor the will of the elementals, and theirs is the will of the wood. Now then, Seiya, I ask that you give unto us the oath of allegiance, in whatever fashion you see fit. Wood's will be done. I shall strike down our enemies and drink of their blood. My life for the Elder Seedseer. The Elder Seedseer is a kind and gentle soul who holds the welfare of her people above all else. Your faith in her is well placed. By the power vested in me, I assign you the rank of Serpent Private 3rd Class. You are now a woman of the Order of the Twin Adder. Go forth, Private Seiya, and do that which brings peace to the Twelvewood and honor to our name. For sure. Getting fancy on them boys. Getting fancy on them boys. What does this woman want now? Can you hear me, Seiya? This has been Philia. An officer of the Order of the Twin Adder contacted me with news of your enlistment. Congratulations, Private Seiya. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a Serpent of Gridania, you are no less a Scion. Pray, return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I'd very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. Fasho! Snake bitten. Oh yeah, bro. Oh, we making all kinds of gains. All kinds of Private Seiya gains. Let's be about it.